you walk in and you feel comfortable and cozy and you feel, sorry, I feel a little overwhelmed. I had to just coffee real quick.
You're fine. I also get ingesting way too much.
I was like, I think I'm saying the same thing 8 million times.
I'm here with Yael at Susie's Deli in the Fan. And for people who don't know who you are or what Susie's is, who are you?
My name's Yael Cantor. I am the owner of Susie's Delicatessen in the Fan. We are a Jewish Mediterranean deli, open for lunch and dinner, and we also serve natural wine and beer and cocktails.
Where does the food journey begin for you?
I don't know. I guess there's two big moments in my life. I guess the first moment for close to me would be like at either of my grandmother's dinner table. Like that was a big thing growing up. That was how you showed love, was feeding someone, and also like hosting. Like both my grandmas were big hosts and would have big dinners and invite a bunch of people over, have a lot of friends, had a community. So that's something that I grew up seeing and felt very like similar to. And then during COVID, we were stuck overseas and all we had was a tiny little kitchen in this apartment. Me and my husband just cooked and baked bread every day for like 5 months. Before that, we were in the restaurants, but front of house only.
Susie's is named after one of your grandmothers. How did she inspire you and shape your approach to food and hospitality?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, a lot to like what I said earlier. Like, I grew up where, like, you know, we have the high holidays, the Jewish holidays, and my grandmother was a part of this group called the Beach Group, and they would go to the beach, all 6 couples every year, and the 6 women were best friends. So every big high holiday, it'd be all of them, and then their grandkids, and then their cousins. So it was just like a big community that my grandma would just host and feed a bunch of people. She was also a caterer, as was my aunt.
What is it about Richmond that makes it the spot for you and for Susie's?
I did not think that I would be in Richmond this long when I moved here 13 years ago. I grew up visiting here every summer because my dad is from here, aka Susie, and my grandparents live here. Even when I would come visit, I never saw this as like my long-term forever place. But you know, 3 months in, you meet a guy, and here we are now. It's not only because of that, but mostly. I just felt like I developed a lot of really solid friendships here and got really connected, especially in the restaurant community. I've been in restaurants for 13 years, like since I moved here. Yeah, I think I feel very close to Richmond. It's just something I didn't expect when I was 21 and moved here. But now if it's like, I just feel like there's a strong community here of friends that I have or friends of friends that I have. So it's like nice to have that here.
What do you hope people feel when they walk through your doors?
I hope that they feel like welcomeness, like that they feel connected, that they don't feel overwhelmed, that they don't feel intimidated. That's a big thing if it's through our food or through our like front of house staff that is very hospitable, that we want you to feel comfortable there.
What would your ideal Richmond itinerary look like for a day off?
Ooh. I have to say, I think about this one. Day off. I guess I would start it by walking over. It's going to be very food related because if I have a day, like I would say like not necessarily a day off, more of like a vacation day in Richmond, because a day off is reality TV on my couch. So I don't think that's a great answer. But I would say I'd walk over to Julio's because I live in Northside. Bagels. Get a bagel and a nice Americano and take my dogs on a long walk through Northside and Battery Park. Then I'd go to the pool in summer, so I'd find a pool, like there's the Battery Park pool that's like 5 minutes from my house. So I'd go over there, spend the day, get some beers maybe, and get a to-go sandwich from 8.5. It would be my move. And then I'd probably, I don't know, I guess I'm just gonna go straight to dinner.
Yeah.
And that's Dynamo. Yeah, I would order everything on the menu at Dynamo and drink Aperol spritzes and wine.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Yeah, and then go to Bamboo for one more martini.
Yeah, got it. What do you think you add to the fabric of the city?
I think it's a big question that's also like kind of like a harder question to answer because there is so much great stuff in the city and there are so many hospitable spots that is truly what inspired Susie's from all the places that I worked at. something that this is why I wanted to open up Susie's, is I really wanted a spot where we have bars and we have restaurants and we have nicer restaurants, and it's hard to get all of those combined. Like, my big thing that I've been saying for years is I want a restaurant where I can get fresh ingredients and fresh food that I don't have to like get dressed up for. And I want that with a spot where I can order at the counter and I can have a 20 top on the patio, or it can just be a 2 top sitting in like a romantic corner. I know it's very hard, and I'm not trying to say this is a spot for everything, but I feel like my goal of this place was to have good, fresh food and be able to not be like on a timeline where like we have to flip the table or this, just relaxed. And again, what I said from the beginning was community. So a place where you can hang out with a bunch of your friends.
If you were a dish, what would be some of the secret ingredients you'd find yourself throwing in for the Yael?
Ooh, well, purposefully, I didn't put a sandwich on the menu named Yael, not only because that just makes me shy, but also because I don't think anyone could pronounce it. And that just seems like a pain in the ass for the front of house staff. If I would say definitely fresh herbs and lemon.
Yeah.
Whether it's a sandwich or a salad, those two I feel like, which is already in most of the items, but those two would definitely be like high acid and fresh herbs and something crunchy.
Oh yeah, you eat it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love that you guys put chips right
In the in the Tammy.
Oh God,
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, yeah. What does the future of Susie's look like?
I feel like the future is going to kind of continue what we've been doing. Like, we love doing events. So more parties, more markets, more maybe like music. We would love to do some bands and do a little like, we have this big parking lot, so do more events with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, just continuing to be us, like keeping the staff happy, keeping everyone satisfied with their jobs, and yeah, I guess just keep on. Yeah. Keep it on.
Keep it on, keep it on, yeah. All right, and then anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anybody in the city you want to give a shout out to?
All right, yeah, shout out to the staff at Susie's who has helped us get here. I love you guys, and this is all because of you.
Oh yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Yael, for the time of the day.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.